Now, the other thing I want to talk about is misconceptions when it comes to selling. Now, you've probably watched The Wolf of Wall Street. You've probably been to a used car dealership. And most people have this idea that selling people is about, being an alpha and pressuring people into sales and not taking no for an answer and forcing them to make the sale. That is a total load of crap when it comes to online sales, okay? It might work at the used car dealership, and that's why they do it. It might work in a one-on-one sales position when you're there with the person, but it does not work at all when it comes to making money online. Because when it comes to making money online, people are viewing your offers, they're viewing your affiliate links, they're viewing you anonymously. They can leave the conversation at any time and they don't feel any of that pressure. So trying to pressure them into sales doesn't have any positive benefits at all because there is no pressure for them. They can just click on the X button on their screen. It does actually have negative effects because when you pressure somebody into something, they feel uncomfortable and they think, hey, I don't like this feeling. This guy's trying to force me into this and it's just kind of a weird, grimy feeling. I don't want any part of this. So screw this, and they just leave because they're moving away from their discomfort, right? So actually, in an ironic way, usually the more friendly and the more of a servant you are to your customers, the more likely they are to actually buy from you. Now, you see all the time, people have this false idea that the best sellers are people that are pushy and alpha and aggressive. And that's just not the case. When it comes to online sales, I dare you to find even one example online where somebody makes sales that way in an online situation where they're not pressuring somebody one-on-one. They're just working, they're building a brand or they're setting up a website or whatever, and they're marketing to, multiple people at the same time. I dare you to come up with one example, because even if you look at the Wolf of Wall Street, for example, there's a guy named Jordan Belfort is actually the real Wolf of Wall Street. And if you look at him selling to his audience online, he is a total servant to his audience. He's totally, hey, how's your day going? All this kind of stuff. Like, he is not pressuring anybody into anything. And so that's a huge misconception that people see, is they think about how can I trick people or how can I pressure people into sales? And it does not work like that at all, guys. You're going to make way more sales when you think about how can I accommodate people? How can I make this a win for them? How can I get them to see the opportunity that's here for themselves? How can I make myself as, calming of an influence and pressure-free as possible? So I'll give you guys an example because I do this in my own business, and I actually stumbled on this accidentally because I'm a Canadian. Oh, I don't know. Canadian has nothing to do with it. Some Canadians are friendly, some Canadians are not. But I'm generally a pretty easygoing guy. So I did this by accident where I used to say, you know what, guys, here's something I wanted to show you today. Here's what it does. Either way, do it or don't do it. I don't care. Either way, here it is. Check it out. See what you think. Because that's actually my personality. That's the way that I am. Now, when I did that, I noticed that my sales actually really shot up. And it was really counterintuitive to me at the time because I thought, I'm telling people, do it or don't do it. I don't care. Which makes me say, like, don't even worry about it. Decide for you. I don't care if you get this or not. And I would have thought that would lower my sales in the beginning because I thought, okay, here I am telling people, like, whatever, do what you want. And really, maybe I should be saying, hey, you need to buy this. It's the best thing since sliced bread. It's awesome. You're going to love it. I probably had the instinct that maybe that's what I should have been saying. But that would have been the worst. That would have been way worse because now I'm trying to force people into sales. It's just ugly and they don't like it. And they, not only do they not buy it, but then they look at me as a douchebag and they don't never want to buy from me in the future ever again either. Now, the ironic thing that I do see is that I see a lot of people that are like me, laid back, easygoing people that put on a mask. They put on this fake persona where they watch The Wolf of Wall Street and they try and, act like, oh, you're going to love this. It's the best thing ever. It's so awesome. All this kind of stuff. And it's like super embarrassing because they're actually they're not making any sales because they're just pushing people away. They're scaring people off. They're playing too aggressive, playing too hard. but their actual natural personality would make them act exactly the way that they should act to get sales. But instead, they're putting on this act because they think that they need to.